Some shocking events involving Shiba Inu have occurred recently. At long last, Shytoshi Kusama has returned, but something strange has been seen while he's around. Now this is really insane. In just 24 hours, billions were transferred. Is this the beginning of the Shiba Inu dream rally? That's what many are thinking. Is this anything specific, though? And what gives me such a thrill when I think about it? Allow me to clarify. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Today, a Shiba Inu executed an unexpected stunt. Someone raised an eyebrow at the hasty adjustment. However, you won't believe it. As soon as it stopped falling, it began to rise again, gradually becoming better all day long. Things start to get insane from here. Shiba Inu remains at a few of its peak positions, even when one extends their view to include the whole week. Despite the little decline, it has held strong, increasing by around 1%. This further proves the current level of support for Shiba Inu. The vitality of the neighborhood, totally electrifying. Investors are not freaking out. They grasp the broader perspective. Potential backers. Their self-assurance is palpable. They're quite jubilant. Contrast this with any other pump and dump scenario. This is genuine forward motion, based on genuine enthusiasm for the future of Shiba Inu. Doing anything like this is quite bullish. Just holding the queue isn't enough for Shiba Inu. It's paving the way for a much larger event. Together, we are more powerful than before. Furthermore, self-assurance has skyrocketed. Just think about the chaos that ensues when the actual breakout starts if this is how Shiba Inu behave after a correction. Allow me to explain something. The true nature of the Shiba Inu's chart was explained by one expert. I mean, it may seem like a roller coaster at first. The sudden 10% decline in Shiba Inu's value in the span of a few hours took many investors unawares. Early this week, everything seemed to be going swimmingly. It was gaining steam, whale activity was increasing, and it had burst past critical barriers. It seems like the stage was set for a more significant breakthrough. However, after that, the pace slowed. Shiba Inu dropped down from its previous peak and is presently hanging at a region of critical assistance. If this holds, it could pave the way for the next ascent. While the Relative Strength Index, RSI, and other technical indicators indicate a slowdown in momentum, the bears aren't letting you know this. Such a shakeup just before a big transfer happens all the time. Shiba Inu has often shown that it doesn't remain down for long, which is necessary for any great rebound. Astute financiers see this as a chance. There is still a lot of activity in the community. Whales are still breaching the surface, and Shiba Inu is still doing better than it was a few weeks ago. When sentiment changes, it changes quickly, which is why this scenario keeps traders on their toes. Anybody who thinks Shiba Inu aren't capable of much right now would be surprised by how spectacular their next bounce might be. Listen, I realize that sounds ridiculous, but bear with me. Were you aware of this? At long last, Shytoshi Kusama has returned. His abrupt return broke the seemingly endless stillness. The caveat, however, is this. This doesn't add up. It wasn't as easy as, hey, I'm back, when he returned. He was acting in an unusual way. Worst case scenario. Too methodical and cryptic. Would you want to know everything? Everything you need to know is right here with me, but I'll save it for later in the film. Trust me when I say you won't want to miss this, so stay until the very end. First, however, listen up. The developers just launched some new stuff today. A recent post from the Shibarium Updates account on X brought Ryoshi, the Shiba Inu's fabled and nearly mythical inventor, into the spotlight, shocking the whole Shiba Inu community. If you recall, in 2022, Shytoshi Kusama took over the project when Ryoshi vanished into oblivion, much like Bitcoin's Satoshi Nakamoto. Following this, Shytoshi took the lead in preserving Ryoshi's vision. The post in question, however, was a poetry and not a casual reference. The Shiba Inu ecology was set out like a secret guide in a poem, but just any poem. Among the topics covered were the Shiba Inu's origins as a people dog, the value of bone as a support system, the significance of leash as a symbol of separation, and the role that treat would play in the forthcoming Shibarium Layer 3 network. Words alone weren't enough. This was an assertion. Just a friendly reminder that Shibarium is changing, the environment is expanding, and huge things are on the horizon. Plus, the neighborhood went absolutely crazy. Boosting the message even further, Lucy, the head of marketing for Shiba Inu, joined in. Seeing this is more than simply a case of lyrical nostalgia. It's a warning. Something major is about to happen, and the squad is getting ready for it. Connect the dots with the Shiba Inu's market value now. Take into consideration that the recent decline is really background noise, a temporary shakeout before to the next action. The big vision becomes crystal clear when the community is this enthused, when developers are leaving clues, and when the environment is growing at this rate. A Shiba Inu isn't only getting by, it's getting ready to take flight. Shytoshi Kusama is back, which brings us to the topic of massive postings. He has finally spoken out after what seemed like an endless period of stillness, during which speculation circulated that he had vanished permanently. And not just any post. This one is so mysterious that it has the whole Shiba Inu community on the edge of its seat. Shytoshi hasn't tweeted since February, when he discussed Shibarium's new liquidity pools. Following that, he appeared sometimes, resharing news stories from various sources. However, on March 7th, the world came to a standstill. Exactly 0 updates, no tweets, nothing. The inquiry began at that point. Where had he gone? What made him stay quiet? Was there a backstage drama unfolding? The Shiba Inu group had to come in twice to calm the irate locals down. Finally, Shytoshi speaks out, just when everyone was beginning to question if he had really disappeared. But he doesn't just say, "I'm back." He offers a haiku in Japanese instead. Even as footprints disappear, spirits abide under the same sky. It remains unclear, however. Does he mean that he's still observing when he doesn't say anything? Could this be his way of hinting to a major development taking place in the background? After a lengthy period of stillness, Shytoshi's speech is always purposeful, if there's one thing we know about him. Every word is chosen with care, and they all portend something. This is when things get wild. Could this be the quiet before the storm? Could this mysterious message be his method of getting the people ready for something big? The Shiba Inu ecology is already seeing major changes, and now Shytoshi reappears out of nowhere. There's a reason behind that. Can we expect prices to go up from here? An explosion. An announcement that might change the game. While most of what we know now is based on conjecture, one thing is definite. This is huge, and if our past is any indication, Shytoshi's hinting generally indicates that Shiba Inu is going to create a storm. This is when things get wild. A financial expert chimed in at the last minute to explain how Shiba Inu might remove a few zeros off its valuation. Weird timing, isn't it? The idea that a significant recovery is imminent is increasing, despite the many setbacks. In the opinion of some, it's a long-term game, while others think it may happen over the next few months. The fact remains, nevertheless. Only one magic number is attracting people's attention. That Shiba Inu fantasy of mine finally came true. If Shiba Inu keeps expanding at its current rate, it might attain that objective in around 6 years, according to a daring prediction made by analyst Luxide last year. If it doubles every year, it would be steadily increasing, drawing more and nearer. The milestone might be within reach by the decade's conclusion. All that is predicated on stable, predictable development, however. It may happen even quicker if larger factors like widespread adoption, token burning, or an unexpected surge in the cryptocurrency market materialize. With Shytoshi's comeback, the community's newfound vigor, and Shibarium's ongoing expansion, Shiba Inu isn't slowing down at the moment. To further establish the justification, let's take a step back and examine the broader perspective. A game-changing, huge statistic came out today. Crypto futures traders have amassed a massive quantity of Ethereum in open interest, according to new data from CoinGlass. At current prices, this amount is worth over $20 billion. That is a significant demonstration of investor confidence, not only a little increase. Now tell me how this relates to Shiba Inu. Things start to heat up now. Shiba Inu and other cryptocurrencies have a history of following Ethereum's success. This is similar to a chain reaction. As a result of Ethereum's leadership, the market begins to get liquidity, and new assets emerge out of nowhere. This marks the beginning of the altcoin era. Ethereum has the potential to trigger a global movement of unprecedented scale if it maintains its current rate of growth. We, the Shiba Inu community, are well positioned to take advantage of the breed's expanding ecology. It's nothing new. As faith in Ethereum grows, investors seek for alternatives, and Shiba Inu and other useful meme currencies become popular targets. This isn't a coincidental increase in the figures. Perhaps they are the precursors of something much more significant. Shiba Inu is smack dab in the middle of what can be another tremendous run for the cryptocurrency market if momentum continues increasing. However, I would want to know your thoughts on this. Leave your comment in the space provided. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.